Frank Holder here at Humor Mill TV on the Bite Size TV network, sitting here with the lovely actress, Miss Vanessa Bell Calloway. She's recently been seen on a television show, one of my favorites, called Go On, and she's also on a new show called Shameless. So first of all, I have to say, how are you?
I'm well, Frank. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Now, I'm going to bring up something that I know you might hate talking about, but I loved you in Coming to America. I've been a fan ever since.
You want me to bark and hop like a dog?
No,
right?
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do none of that. But those are people in my age group. But now you got a whole new audience that's come on that's starting to love you in this new show called Shameless. So can you first tell everybody out there what the show is about, and then tell them what part you play?
Well, Shameless is about this family in Chicago that is shameless. My daughter is played by Shanola Hampton, who you guys is beautiful, beautiful young actress. And William H. Macy, he is the head of the family. Frank is his character's name. And Frank is like an out and out drunk. I mean, he's that guy that you've seen on La Brea up against the bus stop with the scraggly hair and looks like he hasn't washed in 5 days and stinks. Well, that's the father. So it's just a slice of life about this very dysfunctional family and how they live dysfunctionally. And there's like about 5 kids. Frank is a horrible father. He leaves the kids for days and weeks at a time. The oldest daughter, Fiona, played by Emma Ralston, she is the caretaker for these kids, and her next door neighbor is my daughter. I played the mother of Shanola Hampton, and it is just, I can't really give away the full storyline, but this season, it's the 3rd season. I've been on since the 1st season, but this is the 1st season that I've gotten a great storyline with Shanola, and this season, she found out she's having a hard time conceiving. And there's nothing more than she wants to have a baby with her boyfriend, who's her fake husband. I think they're really married, but they had a fake wedding the 1st season just to shut me up. But they're not married, then his wife shows up. It gets convoluted. But anyway, so they really want to have a baby. And they're trying to decide who would be a good surrogate. And they asked me, and I agree. Well, what has aired so far is her boyfriend / husband ejaculates into a turkey baster. We're going to do our own method of in vitro, right?
Right.
I put the turkey baster inside, but it doesn't take. So then she comes back and she begs us to sleep together the old-fashioned way so that I can get pregnant. And we do that, but of course the first time it's horrible because I get drunk, he can't do it. It's just crazy. And then I guess you could say the two of us together help him kind of arrive at the point that he needs to arrive to so that he can do what he needs to do. That's where we are in the story right now.
I would love to ask you.
It's Shameless.
I would love to find out what's going to happen, but I guess people out there have to continue to watch.
Yes, you just continue to watch and it gets even crazier.
Now I have to ask you, what attracted you to that type of part? Because I'm sure you read the scripts that was leading up to that.
Well, to be honest, when we started 3 years ago, this was not a storyline. It's a John Wells show, and if you know anything about John Wells, you know anything he touches is good. This show is out of the BBC. It was in London, and they took the show and they kind of recreated it, but then they kind of veered off to the left and started. I think the 1st season they followed it kind of per se to the way that the BBC show ran, but now they're doing their own thing. So, I mean, when I got the job 3 years ago, of course, I wanted to do it because it's a John Wells show. But I had no idea that 2 years down the road I would be playing a surrogate mother. But, you know, I'm an actress. I got to stay open and free to do things that I think are fun. And it's deliciously wicked, I like to call it.
When the script comes across your desk, what excites you about being able to take the part?
The character, the relationship the character has with other characters, the words, good writing. I've taken parts just because it was a good piece and hardly made any money. I always tell people if I only took roles based on financial gain, I would have no resume. So I like things that are good, that have substance, that the character has an arc, I have somewhere to go, something to create, something that's challenging. So if you bring me a good script, I probably will do it.
That's interesting. Let's even switch gears a little bit, because you're also on the NBC show called Go On. When you came in on that part, obviously, if people haven't seen it, you play the mother of Tyler's character.
Tyler Williams' character, yeah.
I have to say, it was pretty funny when you first walked in with almost like a real life mother. Like, hey,
well, yeah, you know, you got to bring reality to what you do. I mean, I'm a real life mother for real. So I don't have sons, I have daughters, but I still know what it's like to raise young people and to have young adults, you know, in my presence, because they have a lot of friends. My house is very busy. So, I mean, it's once again, Matthew Perry, you know, what's there to say no to? And that is a special job to me because I got that job off my tape because I couldn't go to the actual, they wanted to meet me, and I was doing Shameless, and I had to go out of town to shoot our exteriors. We shoot our exteriors in Chicago, so I had to go out of town, and they hired me off my tape, so that was pretty cool.
Wow, Vanessa, your resume is amazing. And what people probably don't even realize that you do stuff behind the scenes too. I even read that you're a writer, you're a producer, you do your own radio show. Can you explain all the other things that you do?
Yeah, you know, one thing that I've learned, Frank, is you can't sit and wait. I mean, when you're young, you have all these big dreams and hopes that you're going to become a huge star, or whatever that means to you individually, and that just people are going to just be giving you all kind of scripts, and that happens for a while. You do get a lot, but then in this town, you get to over 40 and even over 50, and life naturally slows down. And you could sit there and you could be bitter and complain about all the things you thought you should have been blessed with and didn't, and why this and that did, or you could get up off your butt and do something about it, and just create your own being. And I've always been a creative person. I'm a dancer by trade. I've done a lot of concert work back in the day, Broadway. I do a lot of theater. I'm always busy. I don't know what it's like to sit still. I was raising 2 girls, plus being an actress and wife and doing plays and movies, and now they're gone, so I found some more stuff to do. And this last year I started a Blogtalk radio show called That's So Very Vanessa that comes on every Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the thing that I like about it is that you get it on demand. So even if you can't listen on Sundays, just go to your computer and you can listen. And it has opened up such a fun world for me. I'm calling in a lot of people that I know. I've interviewed from Jim Pickens to Blair Underwood. I just interviewed Alfred Woodard this morning. I mean, a lot of my celebrity friends, but what I like is I talk to regular people too. It has got me in touch with so many everyday regular people. They actually contact me because they want to be on the show. So one of my favorite shows that I do is I call it my All-Star Listener Show, where I have about 4 or 5 listeners that they may sing, they may be artists in some other way, spoken word, they play an instrument, whatever. They just got an interesting story, and I interview them, and they come on, and I do these shows, and they love it. And it's just really a good way of reaching out and just giving people a chance, and it's just helped me grow in a way that, you know, it's been fun and very fulfilling. So I'm having a good time.
Any aspirations of being a director or a producer?
Yeah, I do. I want to produce. Well, I do produce. I just produced some. I produced something for TV One about 7 years ago. Sorry, about 7 years ago, called In the Company of Friends, and I've revamped that for some webisodes that I just produced last fall. So that's coming to a computer near you this summer, hopefully. But I want to direct a play soon. I'm looking for a piece that I could direct.
That's very interesting. Well, thank you for taking up the time. Can you tell
Thank you for having me.
Can you tell everybody out there how we can follow you?
Oh yes, please follow me. Please follow me. And I actually talk to my Twitter people. I love my tweeples. But you get me on Vanessa B. Calloway on Twitter. Facebook, I'm Vanessa Bell Calloway VBC. Instagram, I'm Vanessa Bell Calloway. I have a website, VanessaBellCalloway.com. And my radio show, you can contact me on thatsoveryvanessa@gmail.com.
Well, thank you for taking
I got enough, right? You can't say you can't find me, right?
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for taking up the time.
Thank you, Frank.
This is Frank Holder, Humor Mill TV on the Bite Size TV Network.